Good afternoon and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Stu Nyman. I'm here with Andrew Blackman, and we're pleased to welcome you to this Friday afternoon performance. We have... I don't know why my mouth just stops working like that sometimes. Have.
It's a lot of games.
It's a four-letter word. Have. We have 9 games for you beginning at 4 p.m. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offers win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. If these terms are new to you, we'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a pick 3 wager in Game 4. The high-paying High 5 jackpot begins in Game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee, and yep, the High 5 was hit in today's matinee. It's refunded, meaning that it hasn't been refunded, just means that the money's back in there to pay it if someone hits it again this afternoon. And the all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot beginning in Game 1. Mighty Ocho is a pick 8. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you're in Connecticut, mywinners.com, an affiliate of Connecticut Off Track Betting. But placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. We do have one scratch. Diaz continues to be scratched in this evening's performance. Once again, number 30, Diaz has been scratched in scheduled performance tonight. This will be a rundown of the scratch of Diaz as it affects our entire program. Let's begin with Game 1, Post 4, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Vuelo. Game 1, Post 4, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Vuelo. Game 2, Post 5, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with CRB. Game 2, Post 5, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with CRB. Game 3, Post 8 in the front court, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Game 3, Post 8, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Game 5, Post 6, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with El Barba. Game 5, Post 6, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with El Barba. There are no scratches in Game 6. Finally, in Game 7, Post 2, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 7, Post 2, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. That's the rundown of the scratch of Diaz as he affects this afternoon's performance in its entirety. So with all this in mind, we ask you to please place your wagers as early as possible within scheduled post times. And we recognize many of you are sheltering in place or safer at home or just trying to get by as best you can, as we all can. As we confront this new normal, wherever you may be, we hope you are safe and healthy. And we're glad to bring you Jai-Alai as sports entertainment. This afternoon, we welcome you to this Friday afternoon performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City. Andrew, you look like you want to say something. I don't know what you do.
Well, I mean, I've always got something working in this brain of mine. But for the fans here, just a note, if you participated in the Fantasy Jai-Alai, we've been big into that. The stats are up on the website right now. They are updated through the matinee performance. And for those that did not join us for that first performance of the day, just to clear things up, for the sake of keeping everything consistent with the statistics and all of that, and we didn't want any of the averages or the numbers or the prices to give any confusion for this week, because we'll be doing a full Thursday to Sunday every other week. We gave everyone an extra day to sign up this week, but your points from yesterday's performance will still count. So any points that your player earned on your team from yesterday, which almost every guy earned at least 1 point, or every team earned at least 1 point yesterday. So those will be added, so you'll see your score is much higher than just the 5 for win, 3 for place, 2 for show, and 1 for quad. And that is because we have yesterday's statistics in there. And we do have a prize for this first week. The Powers corporate actually came down and told us that we do have a prize for this first week of play. It's a trial run, so it's just for fun. And obviously everyone had the ability to change their roster. Nobody knew that we're going to be adding the stats. So everyone had the same opportunity to change their lineups before. And that's what we're doing for this week and next week. Please get those entries in before the first performance of the week, which is Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Entries that are entered after that date will not be valid, but for this first week, we're giving everyone a break. You're getting your points for the first day. Everyone's going to get their full weeks of points for the sake of keeping everything consistent and all those numbers consistent on the website, the stats we have. So that's just an update there for the fantasy. Wanted to let everyone know just in case they saw and they had a couple more points than they were anticipating. So bear with us. We're trying it out. We're figuring out a couple of the kinks with that, and that's something that we didn't anticipate, but we're adjusting for it, and we'll give you those points for yesterday and have a higher scoring week. Everyone likes scoring, Stu. It's a good thing in sports.
Yes, they do. Scoring's good. Scoring's very good. We have a scratch in game one. Actually, I was going to talk about the scratch if you don't mind.
Let's get the scratch first.
No.
Well, I was going to say,
if I'm interrupting, let me know.
No, we're good. Speaking of scoring, we got a little video if you're new that's going to explain the format for how we score each of these games. It's called Spectacular 7, this video. We'll tell you all about it. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And that was a video explaining Spectacular 7 scoring, which will be the feature format of scoring for our first 8 games of the afternoon performance. This is the afternoon performance, 4 p.m. We're calling it 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. performances just to keep everything we talked about consistent. 12 p.m., 4 p.m., second performance of the day.
With 2 minutes to go till game 1, we do have a scratch. Diaz is scratched in all his scheduled appearances today. Once again, Diaz is scratched in all his scheduled appearances today. Scratch affects game 1, post 4. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with number 29 of Wello. Game 1, post 4. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with number 29, Wello. And we are just less than 2 minutes away for the beginning. Game 1.
So a pretty interesting note about some of the guys in Game 1. I look at these stats, and we have a full stats page of all the players, win, play, show, quad, in the money, bunch of different numbers.
With colors, nonetheless.
With colors, yeah. It's color formatting.
I like the colors.
Excel, yeah. The colors, it makes it look like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. So that's why I use them. But for this game, Fred and Juice, the brothers Joseph, going into today, the first performance, both of them, 3 wins, 2 places, 7 shows on the year, played in the exact same number of games, exact same percentages in singles play only. Pretty impressive.
Amazing.
That's pretty impressive.
That's amazing. That is
amazing. They say
amazing.
brothers may have a sixth sense with one another. That's pretty good. Stats right online. But Juice did pick up. Actually, Fred picked up a place in that matinee performance, so now it's 3. And Fred has 1 more place, but still pretty similar numbers for the brothers Joseph. A little fact going into game number 1. Yeah, we got all these stats now, so we could throw in some interesting numbers: win, play, show, percentage in the money, fantasy points now. So we got it all. So let us know if you want certain stats. We got them for you.
Wait a second. Save that we. You.
Andrew has them for you. Not
anybody ask me for stats, I'm like, please,
no.
See Andrew. We're ready to begin game number 1, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Game 1 does begin today's Mighty Ocho jackpot. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, we have number 24, Cool Fitness. Receiving the blue post 2, number 10, Juice. There's the serve by Cool Fitness as we begin game 1. Cool Fitness from the forehand. Here's Juice from the Teng line. Hard throw by Juice. Passes to the rebote. Nice control on the rebote for Cool Fitness. Here's Juice. Forehand from Juice scores. Point 2. Not a bad way to begin the afternoon performance. Here's Fred in the white shirt at post 3. Long carom lands in and scores. Juice got a little bit of a late now. You can put your arms down, Sonny. They're calling it in, which means you got to go sit down. Post 4 receives in the green shirt. Vuelo substituting for Diaz. Strong backhand by Vuelo. There's Fred on the rebote. Fred tries a Dejada rebote, comes out to the 5 line. And the Chick-Chack scores. Chick-Chack, similar to a Chula, just thrown from the right side. Means it goes over the player's head, goes in the crack between the back wall and the floor, does not come out to a rebote. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Here's number 31, Asier. It's a good catch by Asier. Hard throw, caught by Vuelo. Good catch by Asier to the outside. Hard throw on a carambola. Juggled. Ball came in and out of the cesta. Got to catch the ball and stop it. Point 5. Our next matchup has Asier serving to the yellow shirt of post 6, Tennessee. Powerful backhand by Tennessee. Rebote not coming out. Point 6. Here now to receive in the pink shirt of post 7, number 18, CRB. Point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, number 26, Lamonte. Point 6. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, number 24, Cool Fitness in the red shirt. Powerful backhand throw by Cool Fitness. Tennessee's there. Hard forehand throw.
Yep.
Rebote picked off on the forehand of Cool Fitness. Hard throw by Cool Fitness. Gonna score on the return. Point 1. Cool Fitness has 2 points. He serves to Juice, who returns in the blue of post 2. Nice forehand throw by Juice. Cool Fitness is there. Scoop by Juice. Juice slings it up to the front wall. Cool Fitness has it at the 6 line. Goes outside. Juice cuts it off. What a throw. What a catch. Almost completed by Cool Fitness. Point 2. Powerful backhand 2-all. Gonna score for Fred. Point 3. Three on the board with 3 points. Receiving post 4. Wello. Excellent catch by Vuelo. He paid a lot of attention taking that ball from the side wall. That went to the overhead screen. Out of play. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5. Assier receives. Ball crossing the sidewall off the serve and scoring. Point 4. Possible game point. Green shirt at post 4. Vuelo trying to stop him. Post 7. CRB. Good catch by CRB. He goes deep. Catch by Vuelo. Hard throw by Vuelo. What a rebote save by CRB. Here's Vuelo. Point and game to the green shirt of post 4, Vuelo. This is a playoff for second and third place. 6-2 and 3 playoff for second and third place. Point 6. Possible place point for the 6. Receiving post 3, Fred. Way off the court. Point and place to post 6. 2 serves to 3. This is show. Good catch by Juice. Hard throw by Juice. Gonna score. Unofficial order finish 4-6-2. Your prices will be up in just a moment. Results from Game 1 are official. Coming in first, post 4, Vuelo. He was substituting for Diaz. Taking second, post 6, Tennessee. Coming in third, post 2, Juice. 4-6-2 is the official order finish for Game 1. And there are your prices. The $2 quinella, 4-6. That's 4-6 or 6-4. $12.80. Trifecta, 4-6-2, $232.40. And the exacta, 4-6, $100.40. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is Game 2, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch in Game 2. Post 5, scratch Diaz. Take Diaz out. Replace Diaz with number 18, CRB. Game 2, post 5. Scratch Diaz. Replace Diaz with CRB. Post time for Game 2, 7 minutes away.
And that was win number 13 on the season for Vuelo. An impressive start to the year for him. And he talked with us before the season, maybe talking about some of the keys for this year. Well, take a look at that video right now.
I would say my biggest motivation, definitely not to be the worst. I definitely don't want to be the worst out there, so every time I get out there, I try to be better than that person I'm playing with or against. When I go out there, I don't really care what they're doing. I just want to be better than them. Yeah, that would be my major motivation right there. I'd hope to accomplish just to place higher than I did last year or the year before that. Top 5. In this new 2020 season, I plan on just executing my shots a lot better to score the point and finish it as quickly as possible, and just continue practicing as much as I can. Just practice, practice, practice.
And Vuelo, as we mentioned, having a particularly strong start to the season. Some of his off-season, thoughts and training certainly paying off. Vuelo, 13 wins, 9 places, and 5 shows on the year. Another fact, there's only 6 we can count. 6 guys on the roster with over 100 fantasy points. Vuelo, now one of those guys. He has 102, 13 wins on the year, tie for 3rd place now with Anderluck. So in the money, Vuelo, nicely done.
Hopefully, if he continues like this, we'll see him in the late games not too soon.
Maybe in the near future.
Not too soon, in the not too distant future.
Not too distant future. In talking about that, how do you think a guy like Vuelo, he plays early games, plays middle games, and there's a couple of other guys that do that. How do you see a guy like him fitting into, a late lineup of guys? You see the roster, these guys well. How do you see him fitting in there?
You always want balance.
Yeah.
And so what happens is we practice for 4 months,
right,
and we see how the players practice with each other. Mm-hmm. In the first year, there was no way of knowing who was going to play where. First year was kind of all over the place. But, it worked out well. Going into the second year, it became a little bit more obvious. And in tradition in Jai-Alai, you have early games, middle games, late games.
Yeah.
Late games being the most dominant. So when you have someone like Douglas, who, meanwhile, didn't win anything yesterday, but meanwhile had 2 perfect games, I believe. One doubles perfect game, one singles perfect game today. You obviously can't have him playing in the early games against the weakest competition.
Right.
You just can't. That's not fun for anybody. So from a management standpoint, you want to keep it fair, but by the same token, people want to see Douglas play, and people want to see the better players play. So it's a very delicate balancing act of who plays when, how many games do they play. And so with Vuelo, you wind up looking to take a game away from him, perhaps, or not have him substitute, so that he doesn't have 100 more games than someone else with his 13 wins. Because I don't care how good you are, depending upon if you have 80 more games played than the next guy.
Right. At the end of the day,
you're going to have more. Douglas can win almost every game. So that's specifically where Douglas is concerned. Whereas Anderluck and some of the other guys that come 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in that group. Yeah. They are playing more games as is, but it's Douglas, it's Carballo, it's Kubala, and those are the guys who came out dominant from last year. So it's not to punish Vuelo for his success; it's to reward him for his success. You play games against the strongest players.
Yeah, it's the highest praise
if you're playing this well.
Right, it's the highest praise.
It is.
We've been talking about baseball. The ultimate goal is to reach that major league level. The amount of work that's going to go into it. It's going to take a lot of work, and it might take years in those minor league systems to eventually rise up and get to the top. And fortunately, Vuelo has really poured it on here early, and maybe gets a little sooner opportunity than some guys in other professional sports to stack up against some of the best. And we'll see how he does if he gets that opportunity further down the season.
Or if not, we'll keep watching Vuelo videos.
Yeah, we'll keep watching Vuelo win, and 13 times. So yeah, that Vuelo video you just saw is part of a player select series, is what we call, and just little blurbs, these guys, and interviews with them, and really interesting guys. All these guys, sports backgrounds, really nice guys, really interesting personalities as well, just interesting to talk to about life and anything. So we're going to get everyone's eventually through the end of the year up there. So you got that to look forward to. And right now, yes, you got Vuelo talking about practice, and obviously said practice paying off here, certainly for him. 13 wins on the year, tied now with Anderluck again for 3rd place.
We got Game 2 coming up in less than a minute. There is a scratch. Game 2, post 5. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with CRB. Game 2, post 5. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with CRB. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin game number 2, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, Bueno. Receiving in the blue at post 2, Ben. There's the serve. Game 2 begins. Powerful backhand by Ben. Robote left side. Ben going for the save. That touched the overhead screen. Point 1. Bueno first up on the board in our second game. That brings our next matchup. Bueno serving to Cool Fitness in the white at post 3. Cool Fitness. Beautiful rebote by Cool Fitness. Bueno picks it out of the air. Forehand rebote by Cool Fitness. Grabbed a piece of the side wall. Shot out. Point 3. I'll bring to the court the green shirt at post 4, Vuelo. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Substituting for Diaz is CRB. Powerful backhand by CRB. Well on their bote. CRB has it, juggled it. Ball came in and out of the cesta. Point 4. Yellow shirt at post 6 receives. Here's number 77, El Barba. Nice backhand throw by El Barba. Knocked down by Vuelo on the left side. Point 6. Our next matchup has El Barba serving to the pink shirt at post 7, Jedin. Forehand rebote saved by El Barba. Here's Jedin. He goes deep. Bote left side for the big bounce. That scores on the second bounce, point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt of post 8. Number 1, Anderluck. Catch by El Barba. Back to the inside he goes. That's a good catch by Anderluck. Scoop by Anderluck. Powerful forehand throw. Rebote by El Barba. What an effort to try to get that in. Good effort by El Barba. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return in the second round is Ben. What a catch by Ben off an absolute blasted serve by Anderluck. Carom by Ben. Anderluck on the run. Got it on the second bounce.
Yep.
And if you didn't know it was the second bounce, Ben signaled that it was the second bounce. Point 2. Here's post 1, Bueno. Robote missed on the left side, point one. Here's the white shirt at post three. Cool fitness. Point one. Possible game point for the red shirt at post one. Bueno trying to stop him. Post five. CRB. Forehand Robote saved by CRB. Bueno comes in, makes the catch, stops the ball. CRB on the backhand. Never had control of the ball. Ball was moving in his cesta. That's why I went to the overhead screen. Point in game, post one. Bueno. Bueno wins it. 4-6 and 2 will play off for second and third place. 4 first serves, 2-6. Powerful backhand by El Barba. Robote saved by Vuelo. He holds on to it. Hard throw, taken in the air the way it should be by Vuelo. Very nice. Robote played to the outside and scoring. Possible place point for El Barba in post 6. Trying to stop him. Post 2. Ben. Point 2. Ben serves El Barba. Catch by Ben. Long carom by Ben. El Barba stops it. Beautiful catch by Ben. Shows a lot of control on that backhand. Good rebote by El Barba. Here's Ben. El Barba makes the catch, winds up. 2-all. Ben showing great hustle, great control on the forehand. Big bounce. Gets up and scores. That's a well-played point by El Barba and Ben. Point and place to post 2. 6 shows. Unofficial order of finish, 1-2-6. Results are official from Game 2. Coming in first, post 1, Bueno. Taking second, post 2, Ben. Coming in third, post 6, El Barba. 1-2-6 is the official result from Game 2.
And there's Bueno following up his performance last week as the Golden Cesta winner. The Golden Cesta is the award given to the player. No. In theory, the award given to the player with the most wins on the week's more of a title now. Maybe we'll get some hardware created, an actual golden cesta. That'd be pretty cool. And then they take it home for the week, and then
yes, a solid gold
like visual
cesta.
prize,
Sounds
solid gold.
Great.
Yes,
Tell you what, I want to see the memo that you send. That you send to the whatever floor that is.
Well, we'll spray paint a busted one, and then we'll put some of that El Barba tape on it, and then we're good to go.
Price is up for Game 2. The Quinella 1-2, that's 1-2 or 2-1, first and second in any order, $11.60. The Trifecta 1-2-6, $88.40. Up next, Game 3, the first of our 3 doubles games in this afternoon's performance. Next game is played to 7 points. Points will double. After the first round of play, there is a scratch. Diaz continues to be out. So Game 3, post 8. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Game 3, post 8. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Post time for Game 3, just less than 8 minutes away.
And folks, for those enjoying viewing experience on the Jai-Alai channel, we have another video for you. This one is explaining the rules of Jai-Alai. There's not too many. This one explains how to win, how to lose. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And that was a little video explaining how to win, how to lose. That's Jai-Alai Explained. Nice, and we understand a lot of new viewers there, so we'll have that video. That's a recurring one. We've got a couple of recurring videos along with Spectacular 7, Spectacular 9, so we understand there's a couple of unfamiliar phrases, and hopefully those videos help clear that up for you. 5 minutes now to game number 3.
And a reminder, the scratch, Game 3, post 8, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Game 3, post 8, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred.
All right, Stu, so let's check out doubles standings here. It's getting into the first doubles game of the afternoon. The matinee was pretty good. Douglas and Lamonti picked up a win. Asier and Kubala have been playing great Jai-Alai this week as a doubles team. They came into this week pretty much down and out. I mean, they had, I think it was 3 wins, one of the last place teams. They've got 3 wins in 2 places this week. Fantasy-wise, if you had them for their value, unbelievable pick. If you took Kubala and Asier, 6 wins now, 3 places, 3 shows on the season. They are tied for second place. They've jumped a couple teams, Ikeda and Fred, Anderluck and Diaz, Carballo and Juice. They jumped all of them. Second place, Kubala and Asier with 6 wins, and still in first, the team of Douglas and Lamonti. They have 12 wins, double the amount of wins any other team. And as we said, these doubles tournaments will last. We have 3 doubles tournaments throughout the duration of the season. This first doubles tournament will be played through June 27th. And after that date, we'll start a new doubles tournament with new teams. And until that June 27th date, these guys will be playing with their assigned partner. These are assigned partners. We do that, something that's a little different here at Magic City. But I want to give fans a team to root for, and then obviously for the Jai-Alai, that helped with the fantasy Jai-Alai structure as well, so you get some singles, and then you have some interest in the doubles action as well in picking one of those teams.
And that was a question that came up actually in the matinee at some point, was the majority of our teams are structured front court, back court with a restriction because we don't have defined front quarters or back quarters. That's something that if you've listened to the show regularly, you've heard us talk about the fact that, when you're training in Jai-Alai, when you're going through an amateur program or formal training, you naturally gravitate towards either the front court or back court. That hasn't happened here. We decided to play doubles in the first year, so players were put specifically into front court, back court roles, but they weren't specifically put into front court, back court roles. They were told they could switch. We are only in the third year of the program, so even though in doubles you'll see a defined front quarter and back quarter, that's because we use the same program that we've used for the last 25 years in 30 years in Jai-Alai. Now, there are players who are restricted to try to keep a greater balance to the back court. Specifically, Douglas is required to play in the back. Cool Fitness and Jedden can switch if they like. Tennessee and Bueno. Tennessee is restricted to the back right now. Vuelo and CRB can switch. Kubala is restricted to the back. Ben's restricted to the back. Carballo is restricted to the back. Anderluck's restricted to the back. That's to provide a little bit more balance. And again, it's an ongoing work in progress. But that's why on rare occasions you'll see two of these teams that will switch front quarter and back quarter. Just we haven't trained front quarters as front quarters and back quarters as back quarters. But some players are naturally gravitating towards either the front or the back.
And obviously, so you're just mentioning, you saw the scratch there for Fred for Diaz in this game. So just to clarify, for the doubles tournament, the only wins that will count towards those standings are wins that you earn with your assigned partner. So unfortunately, Diaz suffered an injury there, and good news to report there, hopefully won't be out too long. So Anderluck plays with Diaz. Typically, Fred is subbing for him. So if that team happens to win, the win will not count for the overall standings, but obviously these guys will earn the money for their win, but it will not count towards those overall double standings. Only wins earned with your assigned partner for the doubles tournament. And all the teams are on that list right there. And you see Ikeda and Fred's the only other team. They're subbing. And that's why Fred is in there for Diaz.
And we're ready to begin game number 3, a spectacular 7. Doubles match, the first of our 3 doubles games in today's performance. This game is played 2. 7 points, all points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts, post 1, we have Lamonte and Douglas. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Rebote by Lamonte. It's a 2-all. Cool Fitness is there. Rebote by Douglas to the inside. Here's Jedden on the forehand. Good catch by Lamonte. Cortada by Lamonte. Dropped by Jedden. Point 1. Here's the white shirts at post 3. Bueno in Tennessee. Tennessee with a hard throw. Here's Douglas. Power backhand. Caught by Tennessee, but he dropped it. Still dropped it. Point 1. Lamonte and Douglas have 2 points. This next matchup has them serving to CRB and Vuelo. Vuelo missed the ball coming off the side wall. Point 1. Lamonte is now serving to the black shirts of post 5, Asier and Kubala. Good catch by Douglas. Powerful backhand, Rebote coming out. Point one. This next matchup has Lamonte serving to the yellow shirts of post 6, El Barba and Ben. Powerful backhand by Douglas Rebote for El Barba. Ball tipped in the front court. Point one. Now receiving, pink shirts of post 7, Juicing Carballo. Catch by Douglas. Powerful forehand. Carballo's got it. Good catch. Almost made in the front court. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirts post 8 in the front court, substituting for the scratch Diaz is Fred. In the back is Anderluck. Ball tipped in the backcourt, point 7. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. Jedden on the backhand, caught by Carballo. Sidearm Karen by Carballo, stopped by Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness blasts it. Lots of movement. Point 2. White shirts opposed 3 receive. Bueno and Tennessee. Bueno picked the serve. Sends it back. Jedden lets it go to the Rebote. Bueno on the catch. That ball hit the overhead screen. Point 3. Returning to the court, post 4, the green shirts, CRB and Voello. Rebote by Bueno. Big bounce to the inside. Vuelo's going to look for Rebote. Good Rebote by Vuelo. Ball tipped by Vuelo. Point 3. The 3 team has 4 points. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the black shirts of post 5, Asier and Kubala. Rebote by Bueno. Kubala reaches up at the 12 line, comes over the top. Catch by Tennessee. Bueno from the forehand. Split placement. Scores. Point 3. Possible game point. White shirts of post 3. Bueno and Tennessee trying to stop them. Post 6, El Barba and Ben. Big backhand by Ben, caught by Tennessee. El Barba in the front court, places it inside nicely. Tennessee has it on the forehand. Good catch by Ben. Strong backhand, taken in the air by Tennessee. Ball tip, that's point and game. Post 3, the white shirts, Bueno and Tennessee. 3 wins it, 1 comes in second. 7 serves to 2. This is for third place. Ball missed off the serve by Jedden. Point and show, post 7, Juice and Carballo. Unofficial order finish, 3-1-7. Results are official. Coming in first, post 3, Bueno and Tennessee. Taking second, post 1, Lamonte and Douglas. Coming in third, post 7, Juice and Carballo. 3-1-7, the official order finish for Game 3. Here are your prices for Game 3. The $2 Quinella, 1-3. That's first and second in any order, 1-3 or 3-1. The public all over this one. $10. Means that there were a number of tickets cashed. Congratulations. Trifecta, 3-1-7. That's first, second, and third in any order. Actually, first, second, and third. Straight is $185 in any order, $46.25. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 4, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in our 4th game. Post time for game number 4 is just 7 minutes away.
Imagine the perfect mixture of athletics, spectacle, and speed. Jai-Alai.
Let's design a Conan O'Brien or Conan superhero.
Sure.
Oven mitts. Maybe there's some steam coming off the mitts because I took a focaccia out of the oven. Oh, a highlight glove in the other one. That'd be great.
Have you ever played Jai-Alai?
Actually lacrosse, but it's Jai-Alai for white people.
I'm Jai-Alai. This is Steve-O. This is Jai-Alai.
Jai-Alai is like handball, only you fling the ball and catch the ball with this basket thing. It's more complicated than that. And dangerous. It's got the same fingerprint as baseball, only better. A special stadium called a fronton. And you can sit real close, which is a thrill because the ball goes 175 miles an hour.
I can serve this pelota almost 200 miles an hour.
Big whoop, that little squishy. Jesus, is this made of limestone?
It's a dangerous game, amigo.
It's called a cesta. It's made of reeds from the Pyrenees.
The ball is called a pelota.
Lightning ball.
Oh, good God.
Yes, Jai-Alai in pop culture, a lot more prevalent than you may think. A couple popular shows there. Saw Archer. We were talking earlier, there's Family Guy references. So once you get in this world of Jai-Alai, once you hear about it for the first time, you'll start to pick up on those subtle references all over pop culture. That was just a nice compilation of all of them. Pretty cool video there. And before getting in to our fourth game, we talked about those double standings. Let's take a look back at the single standings. We mentioned Douglas at the top of the broadcast. We mentioned he's atop those standings. He has 16 singles wins on the year. And in addition to that, I mean, a lot more dominant than the numbers even suggest. He's leading the team in wins, also tied for the least amount of games played for someone that was not injured. Winning percentage, that is just wins weighed against their total games played. Douglas is winning at a just over 38% clip on the year. The next closest guy on the roster is going to be Ikeda. He is just over 20%, so almost double what Ikeda is doing in terms of his win output. Place and show numbers for Douglas, obviously a little lower than some of the other guys suggest, but if you want to be leading one column, Stu, it's definitely the win column, and he is doing that, almost double win percentage, and we said, I mean, significantly less games. He's tied for the lowest amount of games for someone, not including the people that were injured or Ron that came a little bit late, and he's doing it all. In the money percentage, he's just over 60%, almost 62% in the money, which is the highest on the roster. Only other person that's above 50% even is Ikeda, and then a couple of guys in the 40s. So, I mean...
So basically what you're saying is he's looking at us saying, all right, you want to put me in so few games? I'm going to win more games.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Right.
In fact, put me in one game. I'll win that game.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying he's saying to us. In your face.
He's dominating. I said, well, what I preface it saying is it's a lot more dominant than even the numbers suggest that his play is. I mean, he's atop the standings for singles. Him and Lamonti in doubles have almost double the amount of wins as anybody else. That's in addition to also playing less, and that the kick is they're playing less games too, so his percentages are way higher. And with those games, he might be getting more games, may not, but 42 is all he needs to take the lead here, and that just shows the talent that he is. And it's really, I mean, we get to watch it up close and personal, and it's really special. Someone that is, he's not even 21 years old.
He's 21 next month.
He's not even 21, guys.
June 29th.
Can't legally drink, and this guy's out here redefining, I mean, what we have here, I mean, completely redefining the American highlight that we're trying to build here, the American brand, and it's awesome. I mean, Douglas, a great 16 wins, 42 games, 40% winning percentage. I mean, that's awesome. These numbers are really just striking for Douglas here to begin the season.
In addition to that, he plays well. I think that's the payoff for me, is that I really don't, I sincerely don't care what someone's numbers are. I want to see how they play. Are they catching? Are they throwing? Are they putting forth effort? And that we have across the board we're doing.
Absolutely.
But as far as taking the game seriously, there's some who take it more seriously than others. There's no one here that doesn't take it seriously. But some put in a little bit more time. When you want, in his first year, he easily put in more time than anyone else.
Yeah, and that's with a lot. I mean, they talk about the importance of training in other sports, and highlight, I mean, most important. You see guys we talk about all the time that stay hours after the sessions are done. I mean, they play all these games, they stay after. They come before, and they're in here working out outside of that, getting in the gym. I don't know if back in the day guys were eating weights.
Why are you looking at me when you say back in the day? I don't know what they did back then.
That's fair. That's fair. I was saying more weight training. Weight training is a very new part of all sports, and you wouldn't even think that highlight. Guys, why do they need a weight train for that? But I mean, power is certainly a big factor, and the guys that are throwing it the hardest, definitely some of the top guys on this roster here. 0 minutes to game number 4.
We're ready to begin our fourth game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played at 7 points. All points double after the first round of play. Serving the red shirt at post 1, we have number 24, Cool Fitness. Our first matchup has Cool Fitness serving to Asier in the blue at post 2. Cool Fitness serves. We begin game 4. To the overhead screen, that rebote goes. Point 2. Asier first up on the board in our fourth game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt at post 3. Number 26, Lamonte. Powerful backhand by Asier. Point 3. Here's post 4, Fred. Fred goes to the inside where it scores, point 4. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Number 29, Avuelo. Great catch by Fred. He puts it up. Here's Vuelo from the 10 line. Wow. Karam for Vuelo scores. Very nice. Point 5. Here's post 6 in the yellow shirt. CRB. Point 5. Here's post 7 in the pink shirt. Number 37, Tennessee. Nope. Point 5. Here's the purple shirt at post 8, Juice. Juice from the forehand. Hard midcourt placement. Juice from the right side again. Low and hard. Scores, point 8. Ball missed. Off the serve. Point 8. Eight's on the board with 3 points. Here's post 2, Aussier. Point 2. Here's post 3, Lamonte. Interference, point will be replayed. Point 2. Possible game point for Aussier in the blue of post 2. Trying to stop him, Fred. Landed out. Point of game, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue of post 2. Aussier. Asier wins it. 5 serves 8. And Juice is making an equipment correction, and if Wello serves it, we'll send him home.
I'm about to take out running.
Juice with a hard forehand. That scores. Point and place to post 8. 5 shows. Unofficial order finish 2-8-5. Your prices will be up in a moment. Coming in first, post 2, Asier taking second, post 8, Juice coming in third, post 5, Wello. 2-8-5 is the official order finish for Game 4. There are your prices for Game 5. The $2 Quinella, that's 2-8 or 8-2, first and second in any order, $36.60. Trifecta, 2-8-5, $388 even. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Second of our 3 doubles games in this afternoon's performance. Game 5 played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Scratch, Game 5, post 6. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with El Barba. Game 5, post 6. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with El Barba. Post time for Game 5. 7 minutes away.
And Stu, while they have a couple minutes between games 4 and 5, it'll be a good time to show you the collection of the top 10 rebotes from the 2019 season. These are the best rebote saves, all of them. Pretty much great saves from 2019. Here they are. Take a look live on the Jai-Alai Channel. Outside placement from Poole. Asier goes back for the rebote, diving, and that's a 2-ball and lands just in. That will score.
Goes in from the 4 line. Outside placement stopped by Wello. Wello plays it back. Bueno, what a rebote save on the left side. Stopped on the forehand of Jin. What a beautiful rebote. Jin on the run, 2 bounces, scores. Back to the inside, Carballo goes. Douglas with the blind save. Just lobbed it up under his arm. Robote thrown beautifully. Antelope gets out of the way. Robote's back up. What a fine effort. This is a 2-all. El Barba on the run. And it scores. Carballo picks the serve. Here's the reverse. That is a diving save by CRB. He somehow gets rid of it in time without holding it. Here's Anderluck. Carballo diving save. What a fantastic Robote thrown by Carballo. Diving save, it's up, it's in, it's scored. That's why you never give up.
Big left side, takes an interesting hop, goes to the outside. There's Douglas. Works played back to the inside. High bouncer. Carballo waits for it.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Robote save.
Carballo's there. Sidearm carom, split placement. Kubala up at the 5 line. Hello. That's in play. That is absolutely in play.
And those were the 10 best Robotes from the 2019 season. A lot of helmets flying everywhere, bodies going everywhere, Stu. Not a lot of 2 feet on the ground. That's what we preach here.
Bones cracking up against the floor saying, what is this that you're doing to me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's 2 minutes to go till we begin Game 5. There is a scratch. Game 5, post 6, scratch Diaz replaced Diaz with El Barba. This is an interesting, even though it's a replacement, El Barba going in for Diaz playing with Anderluck is definitely going to be, there's some interesting chemistry on that. There's definitely some chemistry on that team. Third and final call for all wagering in game number 5. Last call. We are ready to begin game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts at post 1, we have Fred and Ikeda. Receiving the blue at post 2, Asier and Kubala. Fred serves. We begin game 5. Powerful backhand by Kubala, scores in the corner. Point 2. 2, first up on the board in the 5th game. Asier now serves to the white shirts of post 3, CRB and Vuelo. CRB picks the serve, sends it high and hard to the back wall, feeds the rebote to Asier. That rebote, however, hits the pad. On the return, point 3. In this next matchup, CRB is serving to the green shirts of post 4, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Cool Fitness picks the serve. There's a hard backhand. Rebote played nicely by CRB. Here's Jedden moving in at the 7 line. He goes deep. Rebote again for CRB. CRB gets it on the tip of his cesta, puts it back. Vuelo now from the 11 line. Oh, miscommunication between the partners. Went right between them. It happens. Point 3. Black shirts at post 5 receive. Here's Juice and Carballo. Excellent catch by Vuelo at the 13 line. Hard throw. Carballo calls for it, catches it, puts it back inside. Here's Vuelo. Missed it. Point 5. Taking the court, yellow shirts of post 6. Substituting in the front court for Diaz is Barba, receiving in the back court. Anderluck. Anderluck makes the catch. Powerful forehand throw, passes to the rebote. Juice makes the save. Point 5. Here's post 7. The pink shirts receive. Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Here's Juice for the rebote. Swing and a miss. Midcourt, point 7. Lamonte now serves in this next matchup to the purple shirts of post 8, Bueno and Tennessee. This will complete the first round of play. Rebote coming out. There's the rebote. Caught by Bueno. Dropped by Bueno. Wow. He said wow too. Wow. Point 7. That completes the first round of play. All points are now double. First to return, post 1, Fred and Ikeda. Under serve. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line on a serve. That fell short of the 4. This point goes to the 1. Receiving, post 2, the blue shirts, Asier and Kubala. Kubala moves in to make the catch. There's the backhand throw. Rebote for Fred. Fred gets the rebote to the front wall. Asier moves in. Strong backhand throw by Asier. Rebote again for Fred. Fred, outside placement of the rebote. Wow. Again, the communication issue. Point goes to the 1. Can't overemphasize the importance of good communication between the front quarter and back quarter in doubles. Green shirts of post 4 receive. Cool Fitness and Jedden. Jedden on the catch. There's the backhand. Scoop by Ikeda. Ball tipped in the front court. Point one.
Yeah, for a non-baseball guy, Ikeda scoops pretty much better than anyone else do.
Possible game point here for the red shirts of post 1, Fred and Ikeda trying to stop them. The white shirts of post 3, CRB and Voello. Voello moves up, makes the catch, rifles this to the outside. Front went for it and knocked it down. Point 3. Point 6. Hale Barba serving to the black shirts, post 5, Juice and Carballo. It's a good serve by Hale Barba. Here's Carballo from the forehand. Anderluck moves up, makes a great catch on the right side. Powerful forehand, taken in the air by Carballo. Carballo goes deep. Wow. What a catch by Anderluck. Here's Carballo. Another fantastic catch by Anderluck. Here's Carballo. Anderluck again, this time on the backside. Caught by Carballo. Carom by Carballo. Split placement's gonna score. Well thrown by Carballo, point 5. The 5 team has 4 points. Here's post 8, Bueno and Tennessee. Tennessee from the forehand. Rebote by Bueno, safely put back to the inside. Here's Carballo. Hard throw by Carballo. Juice reaches up, makes the catch. Carambola stopped. Ruled tipped in the front court. Point 5. Possible game point. Black shirts at post 5. Juice and Carballo trying to stop them. Post 7, Lamonte and Douglas. That ball died. Coming out of the service box. Point in game, black shirts at post 5. Juice and Carballo. 1 places, 3 shows. Unofficial order finish 5-1-3. Your prices will be up in a moment. Well now, results from Game 5 are official. Coming in first, post 5, Juice and Carballo. Taking second, post 1, Fred and Ikeda. Coming in third, post 3, CRB and Voello. 5-1-3. Official order finish for Game 5. There are your prices. The $1 Quinella, 1-5. That's first and second in any order, 1-5 or 5-1, $57.70. The trifecta, 5-1-3, $642. And a perfectly respectable payoff on the win. 5 to win, returning $18. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 6th game, a spectacular 7. Singles match, played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play.
And updating the double standings on the week now. Cabal and Asier, Bueno and Tennessee. We don't have a Golden Cesta-esque type award for the doubles.
Are you going on about the Golden Cesta again?
Well, I say we don't have a
Look,
Golden Cesta.
go to Home Depot, get some gold spray paint. We'll get you a Cesta, you spray paint it, you say, here's your Golden Cesta.
We need an idea, Stu, for the doubles.
The idea was in the Bible,
Cesta.
something about a calf.
That's fair. That's fair. However, I mean, it's weird. I'm just thinking, like Golden Cesta, I mean, it's got to be a piece of equipment, but the faja itself is already red. So, I mean...
You mean the Cinta or the faja?
The faja,
around the waist.
Around the waist.
No, sorry, we shouldn't just sit here.
Yes, sorry. Let's define the term.
No, well, when you said Cesta, it's like, no.
Yeah.
So you exactly define the term.
Yes.
So the Cinta is the tie used to affix the Cesta to the hand.
Oh.
The faja.
I didn't know that. That's a term I didn't even know.
Cinta?
We didn't
Really?
Cinta. I mean, that's
Cinta.
kind of a. I mean, is it a term that for announcing, playing, and it's more like a player.
It
term,
almost never. I mean, unless
really
you say he
comes
tore
up.
his Cinta,
Right,
or
yeah, I guess it never
tying his
happened.
Cinta. Yeah, no,
it's interesting. I like that word. No, it's good
the
to know.
tie. I'm glad you approve.
The more you know. I like learning. So this is good.
And then the faja, of course, is the traditional red sash worn around the waist of Spanish ball players. Fascinating.
Yeah, I was trying to think if there's you saw a blank
nope,
look.
I got nothing.
I was trying to see if there was trying
that.
to compare it. I mean, like baseball. I mean, all the players have some of them have belts, and a lot of those are team colors. I mean, it's not usually going to be one color or equipment, worn by every single player on a roster or whatnot. Like we say, we use the PGA Tour a lot because it's pretty similar. I mean, it's a makeup of an entire roster of people that are competing in one tournament every week, more or less. And those guys, they can pretty much wear whatever they want. There's no certain color belt or anything like that. So I was trying to think if there's any parallel.
Well, I'll tell you, and traditionally, you have to go kind of far back.
Yeah.
When highlight players, there was a time where they wore all white, and
really,
and the position would be delineated by the. But then there's also a different version, where front quarters wore red, back quarters wore blue. Not really in the United States. I'm saying you've seen a number of different fermentations of that. But blue and red are the only two faja colors, or the sash colors. Those are the only two colors that I've seen.
Yeah, the only sport that comes to mind when I think about a different colored jersey for a player is volleyball, the libero. I don't know if you're familiar. This could be.
Okay,
I mean, this is back to middle school days.
Too far in the weeds about the sport that we're playing.
Yeah.
The what? What's
volleyball?
it called?
The libero in volleyball?
Yeah, what's a libero? What's
a libero?
Here, wait a second. I think the libero was a car by Chrysler in the 70s.
I'm not doubting that it may have been a car by Chrysler. Maybe that's for
Just kidding. That was LeBaron.
No, but the libero is like a defensive specialist. They can't. I'm not exactly sure what the rules of volleyball, so don't quote. But I'm pretty sure it's a defensive player that only plays in a defensive specialist. They only play in the back row. They can't attack, spiking and all that. So they're pretty much.
I'm so impressed that you know
jersey.
that.
Yeah, the jersey.
I am sincerely.
I mean, my brain was working. I was just trying to find any sport. I'm like, is anything where there's a different color for players? But that's the only one that.
That maybe for if we look at highlights for a day, like if you want to do another highlight video, so Pop-Tarts, the original Willy Wonka, which you must see.
Hold on, Stu. Slow down.
So Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week, you have got to watch the original Willy Wonka.
I got WW on Monday.
Okay,
right,
so
Tuesday.
we have today for randomness, we have Pop-Tarts, we have Libero, and we have what's the other? Pop-Tarts,
Libero,
and Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka,
Yeah,
Gene Wilder, the
exactly.
hat. Yeah.
Gene Wilder, exactly.
The hat.
The hat, yeah. The fact that I I tried to bid on that hat from Willy Wonka. Wow, that was a long time ago.
It's a cool hat, though. I actually, between the break, I looked at a picture of the Gene Wilder.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I would. I mean,
I may bring in my mock-up. Actually, that's never left the house.
We'll have to get it on for the viewers. Maybe they'll be curious.
I'll sit here announcing highlight with a Willy Wonka hat on. At that point, you immediately cart me out the back door and make sure that I never come back.
That's when you know it's officially off the rail.
Yeah.
We were teetering maybe the other day. That's when we're off.
Totally off the rails on that one.
Although
it would be an interesting look, wouldn't it?
It would be kind of. On second thought.
I wonder what producer Lovely Lindsay thinks about that.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I don't know.
Get some good
it's
insight.
Sitting there. I've never worn it outside of the house. Especially with the gray beard.
The
and
Willy Wonka of
hat.
highlight. I mean, I could imagine just you coming with the hat and, you create a whole little mock set here, take people around. Maybe we can make it into a series. We've got the children's series, Ron at the Fronton. And now
Stu is Willy Wonka at Magic City.
We've got Stu as well. We're all about the kids. I mean, we're just the next generation. I mean, that's a big part of the sport.
I think
I like the Ron. We just think about table in the middle of the Fronton, and we just have him reading to kids.
We really need to start this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it says zero,
for
fortunately.
a lot more reasons than just one. And we're ready to begin game number 6, a spectacular 7 singles match, played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Starting off our 6th game, serving in the red shirt of post 1 is Anderluck, receiving in the blue of post 2, number 77, El Barba. Here's the serve. We begin game 6. Rebote forehand by Anderluck. Scoop by Anderluck on the left side. Here's El Barba at the 9 line. Nice backhand throw. Rebote forehand by Anderluck. El Barba moves up, makes the catch, takes a look, throws it right over his head. Thank God he missed. Wow. A lot of close calls these days. Point 2. Okay, moving on. White shirt at post 3 receiving. Here's Jedden. Powerful backhand throw by Jedden. Rebote save. Played beautifully by El Barba. That's a great catch by Jedden on the forehand. Very difficult to keep that in. Soft touch on the 2-wall. Not hard enough to make it up to the glass. Point 3. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Here's Ben. Beautiful carom by Ben. Jedden switches from the forehand to the left side to make that catch, and he holds on to it. Here's Ben on the return. Jedden for the rebote. Can't make it. Point 4. Our next matchup has Ben serving to the black shirt of post 5. Here's number 22, Bueno. Backhand by Bueno. Scores. Point 5. Here's post 6 in the yellow shirt. Receiving number 23, Ikeda. Backhand by Bueno. Hard to the back wall. Rebote forehand for Ikeda. Played to pass. Very nice by Ikeda. Bueno digs out the save. Ikeda moves up aggressive. That touched the overhead screen. And then Bueno almost killed Robin. Wow.
And he's still smiling. Unbelievable, this Robin.
It's your point, Ikeda. Greg, it's your point. Bueno's ball touched the overhead screen. It's your point.
Almost gets hit. First one to make the call. Tough job being a highlight ref, Stu. We've talked about it before. One of the more dangerous jobs. Yeah,
nope.
Couldn't get any of us. Not back here.
Tennessee receives. Pink of post 7. Catch on the forehand of Ikeda. Tennessee going for Robote. Yes, Ikeda says, I know how to get out of the way. Point 6. Here's post 8. Ron receives to complete the first round of play. Robote left side by Ron. Big bounce. Brought down by Ikeda. Karam by Ikeda. Gonna score. Well thrown. Point 5. Point 6, rather. Outside placement by Anderluck is stopped on the forehand of Ikeda. Ikeda's return scores beautifully played by both these players. Point 6. Here's post 2. Robote forehand by Ikeda. Here's El Barba at the 9 line. Good catch by Ikeda. Karam by Ikeda. El Barba chases it down, stops it. Returns a Karam. Bold choice of shot that scores. Wow. Sidearm Karam from the outside. Yep, that's impressive. Point 2. White shirt at post 3, Jedden receives. El Barba goes to the ground to make the save. Jedden on the run, he's got it. Jedden was trying to throw a Dejada to kill the shot, threw it into the pad. That's it. Point 2. Two is on the board with 5 points. Here's post 4. Ben. Ben with the catch. Powerful backhand. Robote left side, hooked too low. Point 4, play continues in our 6th game. Receiving, post 5, Juice and Carballo. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong point. Big backhand by Ben. Bueno with a good catch. Backhand to the inside. That's an excellent effort to try to save that Robote by Ben. Just fell short, point 5. Play continues. 5 on the board with 3 points. Here's post 7, Tennessee. Powerful backhand by Bueno. Robote comes to Tennessee on the left side. He puts it right inside. Bueno makes the save. Gets it up to the front wall. Here's Tennessee at the 6th line. Tennessee was trying to go outside with that, threw it in the middle of the court. Rebote by Tennessee. Yep. That's nicely played. Rebote to the overhead screen, 0.5. Possible game point for the black shirt at post 5. Bueno trying to stop him. Ron. Backhand by Ron. Rebote by Bueno. Ron from the forehand. There's the carom. Bueno's got it. Carom returns, scores. Point of game, ladies and gentlemen. Black shirt at post 5. Bueno. 5 wins it. 6 serves 2. This is a playoff for second and third place. Elbarba keeps it on the forehand. He throws it outside. Ikeda stops it. Ikeda faked the carom, throws Picata, the big bounce play. Elbarba was there to make the rebote. Just missed it. Point and place to post 6. 2 shows. Unofficial order finish. 5, 6, 2. Your prices will be posted in just a moment. Results are official from Game 6. Coming in first, post 5. Bueno taking second, post 6. Ikeda coming in third, post 2. Elbarba. 5-6-2 is the official order finish for game number 6. And your price is up. Let's try that again. Your prices are up. $2 Quinella, 5-6. That's first and second in any order, 5-6 or 6-5. Returning $27.80. Trifecta, 5-6-2. That's first, second, and third place finishing $368.40. Up next is our 7th game, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Next game is played at 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Here's a scratch, game 7. Post 2, scratch. Diaz replaced Diaz with Tennessee. Game 7, post 2, scratch. Diaz replaced Diaz with Tennessee.
And folks, before we bring you game number 7, the final doubles game of the day. Well, a couple years ago here, they made a documentary about the start of our highlight here called Magic City Hustle. There's a camera crew that followed the guys around, a couple of the guys from the start. from their training days over at Miami Highline, North Miami Highline, and all the way up through their first season, and you can really see how much they've improved. We got a trailer for you, the award-winning Magic City Hustle. Here it is.
Miami a hustle city, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, Jai-Alai. They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the work, played Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And that was the preview to the award-winning Magic City Hustle. If that intrigued you in any way, we have a link on MagicCityCasino.com under the Highlight tab. There is a full page for Magic City Hustle. It'll take you there where you can purchase the film, and it is a one-time $5 buy for Magic City Hustle. Want to check it out? Award-winning documentary, we've said. Very well produced, and it's really interesting if you're into this whole highlight thing, and we talk about all the time how much these guys have improved from the beginning. Take a look for yourself if you really want to. I mean, we stress it all the time, and they have really come leaps and bounds from where they began. Guys, some of them may not even have been playing ball sports, and now just catching and throwing and certainly progressing at different rates, and the improvement, nothing short of extraordinary in just a few years of play. The most experience, 3 years. 3 years of training for these guys, and we mentioned Ron and a couple of others have a little amateur and professional experience, but really cool documentary. Definitely check it out on our website and MagicCityHustle.com as well.
Once again, we're awaiting the beginning of Game 7. The third and final doubles game on this Friday afternoon. There is a scratch, Game 7, Post 2. Diaz is out, replaced by Tennessee. Game 7, Post 2 is now Tennessee and Anderluck.
Dude, looks like Bueno won that last singles game, game 6. 3 wins now for Bueno, tied for the lead in the singles standings this week. Looks like he doesn't want to give that golden cesta back, huh? Bueno.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely not. Tied with Vuelo. Vuelo's got 3. Both of those guys with, both of them 3 wins, 1 place, and 2 shows. So the exact same amount of fantasy points if you have those guys in. Vuelo, $7 value. Bueno, an $8 value. Both of them at 22 points. And the best guy, I mean, we've talked about the value. The best guy for fantasy in terms of value this week, definitely Jed, and $2 values, pumped out 17 points, 2 wins, 1 place, and 2 shows. So pretty consistent across the board there for Jed in all those categories, totaling 17 points. So again, if you want to play that fantasy highlight, we already started our contest for this week. We will have a new contest every single week. And how it's going to work, you go to our website, and there's a new link for the website. It is, hold on one moment, folks. I believe it is the Fantasy Highlight League, and I want to double check because I don't want to give a wrong link here. The Fantasy.
That's nice of you. That's really nice of you.
Nope, it's not. It is just fantasyhighlight.com.
Go, Anthony. Wow.
Yeah, we got a producer, Anthony, in the booth. Thank you for that, Anthony. Fantasyhighlight.com. Very simple, much easier than that tiny URL or whatever that was. Fantasyhighlight.com. If you want to play Fantasy Jai-Alai, fantasyjai-alai.com. As easy as that. You get 3 singles players a week, 1 doubles team to make those entries. You got a $21 budget. All the players have different values, and you get 5 points for every win, 3 points for every place, 2 points for every show, and 1 point per quad that your player earns during that week of play. And at the end of every week, the person with the highest point total will be given a special Magic City themed prize. So no monetary prizes for that, but you'll get something courtesy of Magic City for participating in the contest, and we appreciate all that have joined thus far. 0 minutes to game number 7. Send it over to Stu.
Let's begin game number 7, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. All points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts at post 1, we have Albarba and Ben. Receiving in the blue at post 2, Tennessee and Anderluck. Tennessee is substituting for the scratched Diaz. There's the serve. We begin game 7. Catch by Ben. Ben looking to get that placement in between the front and back quarter. He does. Point 1. In this next matchup, Albarba is serving to the white shirts at post 3. Cool Fitness and Jen. That's an underserve. Point 3. Green shirts at post 4 receive Fred and Ikeda. Fred knocked the serve down. Point 3. That'll bring to the court the black shirts at post 5. Asier and Kubala. Kubala from the forehand. Throws the carom. Communication. Gotta communicate. Point 5. Here's post 6, the yellow shirts. CRB and Volo receive. Good catch by Asier. He sends it back over. Volo's head. Volo throws that one in the overhead screen. Point 5. Asier now serves 2. Pink shirts at post 7, Juice and Carballo. Rabote hooked by Kubala. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive wearing the purple shirts of post 8. Team of Lamonte and Douglas receive. Douglas was ready for the shot that time. He moved up. Here's Juice. Juice missed the rebote. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return, post 2, Tennessee and Anderluck. Anderluck from the forehand. Lamonte was ready for that carom. Puts it back inside. Here's Anderluck winding up. Nope. Point 8. Lamonte and Douglas have 3 points. Here's post 1. El Barba and Ben. El Barba picks the serve. Throws it off the court. Point 8. Possible game point for the purple shirts of post 8, Lamonte and Douglas. Trying to stop them post 4, Fred and Ikeda. Catch by Douglas. Good catch by Ikeda. Outside placement. Ikeda got to it, but he held on to it trying to get there.
Throw it.
That's good. Point in game, post 8, Lamonte Douglas. 3 serves to 5. This will be a playoff for second and third place. Point and place to post 3, 5 shows. Unofficial order finish 8-3-5.
Big win for the team of Douglas, and Lamonte now puts them at a tie for the weekly standings. 3 teams have 3 wins in this doubles. Kubala and Asier kind of almost down and out. I mean, it was pretty early in this doubles tournament, but they piled on the wins and the places. Really good week for them. And then Tennessee and Bueno also with 3 wins on the week as the prices come up on your screen.
Results from Game 7 are official, as are the prices. Coming in first, post 8, Lamonte and Douglas. Taking second, post 3, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Coming in third, post 5, Asier and Kubala. The Quinella 3-8. That's first and second in any order. 3-8 or 8-3, $33.80. Trifecta 8-3-5, $243.20. The high 5, 3-2, 5-5-8. 3 of 5 numbers returning $119 even. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, our 8th game in this 9-game performance. Game 8 up next. Spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Post time for Game 8, just 8 minutes away. And there's no reason to describe what we were watching as anything other than legitimately what it was. Which is that, you know, and it's funny because Ben was back here and Ben said it. Ben said it perfectly, is that whether it's keeping it away from the desire rather, to keep it away from Douglas or to try to play the weaker link in throwing it to Lamonte. There were 3 points given away by trying to get it to Lamonte or keep it away from, however you want to look at it, as opposed to just playing the points, catching and throwing, which is obviously something we've gone over ad nauseum. And that's one of the things that will come with experience. They have to understand. I understand they want to win. I get that. I understand that they want to limit the downside of the dominant team on the court. I totally get that. But you can't continually throw the ball off the court trying to accomplish that.
Right.
I mean, you just
at some point you just got to keep the ball within the lines and just let them make a mistake, or at least rally and give them an opportunity to make a mistake. If you give them free points, you have absolutely no shot.
So in this, I mean, in the key to throwing shots is so there is having the ability to do it.
Right.
And most of these players, they have something that, you know, that they can't look. El Barba, some are developing the costado 2-wall. That's a left side shot. So are developing the costado 2-wall. Some have good caroms. Some have good cortadas, carambolas. the key is throwing the ball where your opponent's not. But in order to throw good shots, you have to understand how to throw it. You have to have the physical ability to get the angle on the side wall and the right power and to keep it in the lines. You have to have the physical ability to do it through practice, which most of them have. But then you also have to know when to do it. That is the key. And the third thing is confidence. There are guys who will know what they want to do. And I've seen it, and the highlight traditionalists who are paying attention can harp in all they want. But the truth of the matter is that you can know that you're going to throw a costado 2-wall if your footing is slightly off. If you don't have confidence that you are going to get it, don't throw it.
Yeah.
Just don't throw it. And that's primarily that's what we've been seeing. We've been seeing guys who know what to do, most of whom who can do it.
Yeah.
But their confidence is off, or the skill of exactly how to get it. So instead of going through those shots, instead of playing the weaker link, instead of keeping it away from Douglas, whatever the mentality is, and I'll discuss with them later what they were thinking about it. What they were thinking is, no, just play it. Play these points.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound too negative, but just looking at just like talent-wise, amongst these doubles teams, obviously there's no doubt Douglas is the best player, but I mean, this is a team game for doubles, and there's really no reason why a lot of these other teams shouldn't have more wins than they do. And I think it's the point you're talking about is they're just, maybe too much in their head, trying so hard to find a formula, if you will, a consistent formula to do it, instead of just going out there and just playing, just throwing. And it's kind of similar, in other sports like football, like a rookie quarterback, sometimes they limit the playbook, and sometimes, just open up the playbook. You have the skills, you can do it, and that's one of the things that a lot of these other teams would like to start to see them do. Kubala and Asier, perfect example of a team, just completely down and out. They opened it up playing so much looser. I mean, making catches. Asier in particular was playing really well, and Kubala obviously one of the better players on our roster. And you saw that jump from last week to this week, and it really can happen, and they're not doing it doesn't seem like they're doing anything too crazy out there either. It's just really been simple in catching. So sometimes when you try to force the issue, I mean, it really could come back to backfire, and you're seeing that in a lot of these doubles games. They're not even close. I mean, a lot of them are way off the court.
No,
right.
So, I mean, the shot that we saw Douglas throw in that last game, that outside placement, that's like literally the first outside placement that he may have thrown all season in doubles. I don't think that I've seen him do it. Douglas is being very conservative. Now the drawback, the thing that I don't want to call it disappointed, because I'm not disappointed in Douglas's play, but he's not throwing shots. He's playing very conservatively. And anyone who's followed Jai-Alai, if you go back and you look at, YouTube is replete with partidos over the course of the last 30, almost 40 years. They're out there. Yeah. And one thing that you would have seen in, I was about to say NAJF, so that's National Association of Jai-Alai Frontons, tournaments, etc., was you'd see the guys throwing the ball harder, but also throwing comparatively fewer shots.
Right.
This is coming from someone who announced multiple championships at different facilities over the years. It's that confidence thing. It's, why would I throw this shot when I don't have to? Maybe I can power it. And Douglas's game has been all power to the inside and try to outthrow them. And the problem there is, he's 20 and soon to be 21, but he's also had surgery on that shoulder.
Right. Yeah.
And eventually, it's what I tell these guys all the time in the practices, you got to figure out how to beat him.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to beat him, and you beat him by catching.
Yeah. You see exactly what happens when, you don't catch or you're too focused on other things. There's legitimately no formula to be able to beat him that way. And the only times we have seen it, and there's certain guys, and I think maybe why El Barba in particular might, be so successful against him is, here's a guy, El Barba, doesn't really throw as many shots as the other people, and he can catch particularly well. So I guess sort of a mold for a guy that might be able to beat him is, and also a little unpredictable too. El Barba, sometimes he, clips a sidewall on some of those throws, and that might throw Douglas off a little bit, but he is very consistent at his catching and placement too. Always finds the right spot, diving for rebotes, and maybe we'll see it here, but Douglas has yet to be taken down in a while. Singles, doubles, it's tough. Last year's singles champion, he won by 80 lengths, and last year's doubles champion as well. So a great prospect, and I guess a new nickname we're hearing from our producer Lindsley Stu, Dougie Fresh. I don't know. That sounds a little hip. Yeah.
I won't be using that.
Yeah, you might. You'll stick with Matt. I'll go with Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh.
Douglas. We're ready to begin game number 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Of course, she is my boss, so whatever she tells me to say, I'll say. That's what keeps the checks flowing. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, Jedden. Receiving the blue at post 2, a Run. Backhand by Run to start the game. Powerful forehand clears the overhead screen. Jedden, rebote, 2-all. Off the court. Point 2. Two serves to the white shirt of post 3. Here's number 23, Ikeda. Forehand rebote by Ron. Scores, point 2. Green shirt at post 4. Here's Kubala. Forehand rebote by Ron. Forehand rebote by Ron again. Rebote left side, going to take a big bounce, brought down by Kubala. Great catch by Ron. Wow. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5. Ben receives. Point 5. Here's the yellow shirt at post 6. This matchup has Ben serving to Carballo. Rebote forehand by Ben. He gets to the front wall, but it lands out. Point 6. Carballo now serves to the pink shirt of post 7. Here's Douglas. Great catch by Douglas. Rebote save by Douglas. He gets it back up to the front wall. Here's Carballo. Hard throw to the inside, low. Rebote save by Douglas. He took enough off of it to keep it away from the overhead screen. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Forehand rebote. Played back. Taken in the air by Douglas. Sidearm carom opens up and scores. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8. El Barba receives. Good catch by El Barba back at the 13 line. Douglas moves in, takes it in the air, sends it back to pass. Beautifully played to the inside. That's a nice rebote save by El Barba. El Barba goes to the floor, went for a 2-all rebote, bold shot. Point 7. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return, post 1. Jedden. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Rebote by Jed, and it's a long 2-all. Douglas read it, stopped it. And that scores. 0.7. Seven on the board with 4 points. Here's post 3. Ikeda. Beautiful serve, crossing the wall perfectly, right at the 13 line and scoring. Perfect serve. 0.7. Possible game point 4. The pink shirt at post 7. Douglas trying to stop him post 2. Ron. Good catch by Douglas. Big backhand. Rebote for Ron. Swing and a miss. Mid-court. Point. Perfect game to post 7. Douglas. 7 wins it 2 places. 4, 5, and 6 playoff for third place. 4 first serves. 2-5. Rebote, left side to the inside by Kubala. What a great catch by Ben. Ben plays it high. Point 4. Possible show point for Kubala in the green shirt of post 4. Trying to stop him, Carballo in post 6. Point 6. We'll turn him around now. 6 serves, 2. Post 4. This is for third place. Rebote played beautifully to the inside by Carballo. Carballo with the catch. Strong backhand, Rebote coming out. Kubala for the Rebote. Caught by Carballo. He winds up. Back to the inside he goes. Kubala. Beautiful Rebote by Kubala. Great catch by Carballo. Reverse to the outside. Lands off the court and out of play. Point and a third place finish to post 4. Kubala. Unofficial order of finish. 7, 2, 4. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results are official from Game 8. Coming in first, post 7. Douglas taking second, post 2. Ron coming in third, post 4. Kubala.
And we talk about, some guys having the ability to... No, we got... Prices just came up on the screen. We'll talk about that after. Read the prices.
$2 Quinella 2-7, 27.80. That's 2-7 or 7-2, first and second in any order on the Quinella, 27.80. Trifecta 7-2-4, 147.20. The Mighty Ocho 413-255-87. 4 of 8 numbers returning, $21.20. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 9th and final game of this performance. A spectacular 9 superfecta match. Next game is played at 9. That's 9 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Post time for Game 9, 8 minutes away.
And what I was just going to say before those prices came across the screen, Douglas entered the day. We talked about his performance, kind of an 0 for day yesterday, 1 quad, and he turned it around almost as well as you could have hoped. I mean, his performance in the doubles was great, and then singles play alone, Stu's statistics, 2 wins, 1 show in his 4 appearances today, so winning half of his games. Pretty good comeback there for Douglas. And as Stu said, yes, it is game number 9. Game 9, we have a little different format with scoring. And this video right here is going to explain exactly what Spectacular 9 scoring means. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And that was our video explaining Spectacular 9 scoring. And for this final 9th game, we will feature Spectacular 9 scoring as we do in all of our performances. The only difference, we'll be playing up to 9, so 2 more points you got to play to. So that extends the games, makes it a little longer, makes it more interesting too. You got to close out 1 more point than you're used to. And then also the Superfecta wager, only available in this 9th game. So if you'd like to try that out, it's the only time to do so.
And what is a Superfecta, Andrew?
Superfecta, it's similar to the Trifecta, except it's a little more difficult. You got to get 4 numbers in the exact order. So the Trifecta is 3 in the exact order. The Superfecta is all 4 numbers. That's why we played a quad point in this 9th game. So you get to 4, you get all 4 in the right order, you get the Superfecta. That's why there's a 10 cent there. It's a little cheaper, so you play a couple more combinations there, but the only time to play it in this 9th and final game. Stu, while we got a couple more minutes here to game number 9, got a couple of these names in the fantasy highlight. You know, it's a big thing in fantasy sports. People, make their entry names kind of, related to the sport, play on words type stuff. Stuff, the intellectual guy like yourself, you might find these pretty fun. I think some of these are pretty funny. High anxiety, Jai, anxiety. I think that's funny.
Very
so if you
true.
get a shout out on here, there's no rhyme or reason. The next one, I like this entry. Pad, bad, sad. Just there's no articles necessary there. Just pad, bad, sad. Pretty much that's a linear movement. Yeah, you hit the pad, it's bad, and you're sad. Yeah, I like that. Simple. That's what we get.
Simplicity is key.
Well, I had mine as Ron at the Fronton. I mean, that's too easy almost. We got an update. 20,000 empanadas is an entry name in honor of Boy. That's some of these.
I am looking forward to the casino reopening because they have really good empanadas here.
Oh my God,
aren't they good?
The best. I
Aren't
get them
they
every day. I come down at 11 o'clock. The chicken ones in particular, not to take anything, I'm a meat lover. I love beef, anything, but the chicken empanadas at Magic City here,
really good.
The best chicken empanadas I have had in my life. Granted, I'm not the source on empanadas. I don't have a lot of experience, but for my amateur opinion, definitely the best we got. So,
well, you've been in Miami long enough to know a good empanada. You've been in Miami 5 years?
5 years. Yeah,
5 years. That's long enough.
Said on campus at
For
Miami,
some, that's too long, actually.
They had the empanada truck. They had 2 of them. around campus. So that was a new thing. I mean, I had
is
friends,
selling empanadas?
Yeah, they have empanada trucks around campus.
Is it like a UM truck?
It's Half Moon empanadas. I think they're like an actual brand. They have a little like truck. I mean, I go to other schools. You have friends from growing up in the Midwest. You know, more like Big Ten around that area of the country. Not a lot of empanada trucks at those.
I don't imagine there.
At those schools in the Big Ten. That's not.
People come to Miami. It's just so foreign. It's just I don't know. I really like it. It's like okay.
Love the weather. I mean, love a lot of things I liked about it, except this time of year it's hot weather
and hurricane season.
The weather I say gets to the bad part of it, but year-round, the winter here, that's why a lot of people from that area come
I've been
down
in Chicago
here.
for the winter. It's not pleasant.
Yeah,
I don't know how you grew up with
There is a reason there are snowbirds, folks.
0 minutes to go to the beginning of Game 9, which means it's time to begin our 9th game. A spectacular 9 superfecta match. This game is played to 9 points. Points will double after the first round of play, just like a spectacular 7 rather, but it's a spectacular 9. Offering superfecta wagering opportunity. That's cash on 1st through 4th place. Serving in the red shirt at post 1 for this last game is Jedden. Receiving in the blue at post 2 is Bueno. Our first matchup of the last game is Jedden serving to Bueno. There's the serve. Game 9 begins. Rebote left side, clipped the side wall. Bueno caught it in the air. Point 2. White shirt at post 3 receives. Here's Carballo. Rebote left side. Powerful forehand to the inside. Bueno hooked the rebote, point 3. That'll bring to the court the green shirt at post 4, Douglas. What a catch by Douglas off a powerful serve by Carballo. That did not cut. Good catch by Carballo. Reverse too much. That hit the overhead screen. Point 4. That'll bring to the court the black shirt at post 5. Number 12, Ron receives. Powerful backhand by Ron. 2-all, off the court. Point 5. Here's the yellow shirt of post 6, Ikeda. Great catch by Ikeda. Backhand by Ron. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda goes back to the inside. Ron's there. Powerful backhand by Ron. Rebote, forehand by Ikeda. Ikeda with a good catch. Back to the inside he goes. Ron from the forehand. Jai-Alai. Change up. Got it. Outside placement scores. Great legs by Ikeda. Chased it down. And looks like he's puffing his chest out a little bit too. He deserves it. Good catch. Point 6. Here's Kubala in the pink of post 7. Backhand hits the overhead screen, point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive the purple shirt. Post 8, Anderluck receives. Last matchup of the first round has Ikeda serving to Anderluck. Rebote forehand by Ikeda to the inside. Here's Anderluck from the 9 line. Hard throw. Wow. That shot up and scored. Beautifully thrown by Anderluck, point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, Jedden. Two-wall Rebote scores for Anderluck. What a shot. Point 8. Anderluck has 3 points. He serves to post 2. Bueno. Ball tipped. Point 8. Eight serving with 5 points to post 3. Remember, 9 points needed to win a Superfecta game. What a catch by Carballo. Anderluck, an equally good catch. Rifles it low. Carballo's there, winding up. That was out. Point 8. Possible game point for Anderluck. Trying to stop him, Douglas. See, now that's bold. Going for an ace, that's bold. We'll give him that. That was bold. But, unfortunately, lost the point. Play continues. Douglas serves to Ron. Ron on the Rebote to the inside. Douglas, one-handed catch, crashing into the wall. Ron makes the catch. Throws a 2-wall, that scores. Point 5. Here's Kubala. There's a hard throw by Ron. Powerful backhand. Kubala makes the save. Ron on the catch. Hard throw, gets it right past him and scores. Point 5. 5 is on the board with 5 points, serving to post 6, Ikeda. Catch by Ron. Sends it back. Point 5. 5 has 7 points. Here's post 1, Jedden. Ball tipped. That is point and game to the black shirt of post 5, Ron. 5 wins it, 8 places, 4 shows, 6 takes the quad. Unofficial order finish 5-8, 4-6. Coming in first, post 5, Ron taking second, post 8, Anderluck coming in third, post 4, Douglas taking the quad, post 6, Ikeda. And we'll have your prices here in just a moment. $0.10 Super 5846. The Superfecta 107.82. Quinella, the $1 price 5.8. That's 5.8 or 8.5. 87.70. Trifecta 584 723.60. That's first, second, and third place finishes. And that's a very nice win price. 5 to win, returning $20.40. Andrew, we got through 4 performances.
4 performances down, 2 more to go, 1 more tomorrow, 4 p.m., 1 on Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern time, of course.
There you go with that Eastern time
again. Well, for people on the West Coast, if you're watching Jai-Alai, it's a little early. You may have to set an alarm to wake up to get those picks in for gambling, fantasy, whatever you may be interested in. But we do have one more question from the lovely Lindsay, our producer, to close it out. We had someone ask about the status of Legend and Bradley in the chat. Stu is probably a good source to talk about those guys.
I might be.
Yes, maybe.
I might be. I guess I should.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, Legend and Bradley, both players since our first year, since our inaugural season of Magic City Jai-Alai in 2018. Legend, former football and baseball player. Bradley, the high hurdler. Bradley has a fairly chronic knee injury, and he's been rehabbing it. He's been practicing. His expected return is June 1st. Same thing for Legend. Now, Legend's coming off a fairly serious knee injury last year. I believe it was August of 2019. He went down with a knee injury, torn ACL. So he had the ACL surgery and has gone through 10 months of rehab. He's been practicing since May, since the beginning of this month, and looking better and better. Playing with a knee brace and definitely looking better. So his scheduled return is June 1st as well. So we hope to have both Bradley and Legend back for the beginning of next month.
Yeah.
So with that, I was about to... So realistically, we talk, pretty freely back and forth, but I do have the opening and the closing written out because sometimes you just go blank like I just did. So I flipped the page, and what did I see? Good afternoon and welcome to... No, that's not the right thing. No, we're definitely not starting another performance. Not on your light. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Friday afternoon performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad you chose to join us this afternoon and invite you to join us again tomorrow when we'll play 9 more action-packed games at 4 p.m. That's 4 p.m. on Saturday. Then we'll come back and we'll do it again at 12 noon on Sunday. That part wasn't written down. I ad-libbed that. We'll do it again. We sure hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai channel and let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the live chat. On behalf of players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today and hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 12 noon. So goodbye till we can see you back here at Jai-Alai.